From Big Boy Arena, the deciding game happens today. Game 3 with the series tied 1 each. This is MIHL playoffs. I am Frank Mazzola along with Gary Prezwora here on Go Live Sportscast as the Muskegon Voyagers take on the Michigan Shadow in Game 3, best 2 out of 3. Gary, going to be a heck of a game here. We had a heck of a game yesterday.
Great game last night, overtime. Nothing more exciting than that. Of course, the Shadow came out ahead, so hopefully both teams got some rest. It was a late night, but they should be ready to go.
So Sam Gagnon got that late goal in overtime there, actually in the early parts of 16:38 mark of the overtime. He got that along with Arnott and Ryerson got the assist. We weren't exactly sure if that was rebounded in, but you were right on that. Gagnon got that goal to get the victory last night. Big game here today. We want to hope that Sean Pillette gets better here. We miss him, and they're going to go out there, the team for Sean Pillette. He got injured there in last night's game in the corner with a collision down in the corner along the boards. We hope for him to get better here soon and see him back on the ice.
Yeah, definitely best wishes to Pillette, as it was an unfortunate incident in that corner, like you mentioned, just kind of caught an edge and was a check coming at the same time.
So a little bit during the warm-ups, I seen Vermeesh talking to Chris Hawkins. I don't know if it was an invitation to fight later in this game or was he offering him one of those fried bologna sandwiches. I would have to say it's going to be a fight later, and there was a little bit of jawing going on during the warm-ups.
Yeah, both guys like to mix it up a little bit. Hawkins, the little guy who just, you love him when he's on your team, but not when he's on the other team.
It's like the Bill Lambier.
Exactly. Bill Lambier, Ricky Mahorn, and Vermeesh is not afraid to drop those gloves for sure.
And still MIA is Cody Oakes. I'm starting a petition for Cody Oakes and a GoFundMe page.
I'm petitioning for his hair.
That's it. Coach Miller is coaching the Michigan Shadow here today. Winner today moves on to take on those Waterford Sharks in Waterford next weekend. It doesn't get any easier. It gets tougher here. The champs, Muskegon Voyagers, looking to make it a return championship this year after winning the championship in overtime in Muskegon last year. The year before last, of course, the Waterford Sharks took down the Muskegon Voyagers in a sweep. They pulled out the brooms, and that was big for the Waterford Sharks. In fact, that was the year that Gibbons was in net for the Waterford Sharks.
Well, he stood on his head yesterday and came up big.
They need that tonight, too, this afternoon. Big number 39.
I think both goaltenders will be back in net today for this afternoon showdown.
See Gibbons working his ice down there, Bill Ruggiero. Wild Bill giving them the tap. Have your game there, Gibby. Look for this game to become a bit physical here in the early going. Somebody trying to set the pace, but the Shadow have to play their game. They have to play actually 60 minutes of their game to win this game. Falling behind and trying to catch up. We all know in hockey that's so hard to do. You're letting out so much energy in order to get back in that game.
Yeah, you said it. They got to play their game, and they didn't play their game in the first period yesterday. First period, they fell behind 2-0. In the second and third period, they really did dictate the play.
If we recap yesterday's game, Muskegon came out with 2 goals in the first period, took that to intermission, and then 3 goals by the Michigan Shadow in the second period. Little lead swap in there in the third period, and finally the Muskegon Voyagers pulled their goalie, had the extra attacker out there, tied the game up with about a minute left, and then in overtime the Michigan Shadow came back and won it as Gagnon threw that puck from behind the neck out front, and it got redirected in, and he got credit for the goal. About ready to start here. We're going to get some announcements in here and the national anthem. Muskegon Voyagers, after winning that opening game in Muskegon on April 4th, back here to play two. Last night, of course, lost, and decider right here. Just anybody keeping score at home, number 14 is Maruso.
Mike Maruso.
We'll pause. Here we go, deciding game as the Michigan Shadow take on the Muskegon Voyagers. A little bit more house cleaning here. Like I said earlier, Mike Maruso turned into from number 40 into number 14. Talked to him earlier, and for Micah, who was number 17, is now number 74. Just a little housekeeping, people keeping score at home. Talked to Fraser, too, here earlier during the warm-ups, and talked to Tim Schmidt. Tim, I says, are you playing offense or defense? He says a little bit of both. He says, I don't know.
Whatever they need.
Yep. He's like the utility man out there. Here we go, ready for the face-off. Dundas taking the face-off for the Muskegon Voyagers. Gagnon took it for the Shadow. Baker tried to loop that up to Arnott. Gagnon made a move there. He lost control of it. Dundas throws that one down into the Shadow end. Jay tried to get a stick on it. Over on the far side boards now in the center of the ice in the Voyagers' end. Bringing that up quickly is Pitcher. Pitcher gets jammed up on the boards, taken by the Shadow. Gagnon lost control of that one. Voyagers again will move that puck back. Minnie will circle back, do a little dipsy-doodle move, throw that puck forward. Little dump and chase here by the Shadow. Along the near side boards. This one's volleyed back, and the Voyagers take control of it. They'll just throw that one down the ice. Looks like the icing's been waved on that one. Minnie comes around the back of the net. Minnie will feather this one up. Nice move here, right out front there. That's lost control of that one as Maruso tried to throw that one out front. Voyagers again. Little play here in the neutral zone. This is played back. Shadow will lock him up there. This one's dumped down into the Voyagers' end. This will be an icing against the Shadow as Van Heest is in the net for the Voyagers, and our good buddy Gibbons in the net for the Shadow tonight.
Minute 30 in, both teams just being a little cautious. I know both teams know each other, but nobody's going to take any real chances right off the bat.
Nobody wants to make that first error.
Yep, that's it. They don't want to be on the wrong side right away.
Face off down in the Shadow end. Somebody got thrown out of the circle there. Face off there. The Shadow will try to clear that out, and they do get it outside the blue line. Dumped back in by the Voyagers. Belvich dumped that one in. Big hit right in front of the boards, right in front of the bench of the Shadow as Arnott took that hit. This one's thrown out in front. Nobody there for the Shadow. Coming back the other way is Smith. Dylan Smith throws that one out front. Nobody there for the Voyagers. Still kept in. Now played out. Osentowski cranks one off. Ryersey just shot that one into the glass. Coming back the other way. Hawkins, or Drake Owen, that is. Check that. Drake Owen looks like Hawkins. This one's moved around. Pitcher takes a shot. Saved there by Gibbons. Gibbons clears that one off. Coming back the other way. Just sing-song down into the Voyagers' end.
Great stop by Gibbons right there. He stuck that pad out just in time.
Voyagers, both teams making changes. Move that puck up quickly. Gamber dumps that behind the net. Shadow recover that puck. This is along the boards, kept in by the Voyagers. Now finally played out as Milam gets this one forward. Trying to make a move in. Oh, he had a chance with the backhander, just couldn't control it. Voyagers coming back the other way. Pitcher on an off-angle shot. Gibbons gets a piece of that and moves it off into the corner. Now picked up by Milam. Milam will move that puck forward. This one's dumped down the Voyagers' end. Van Heest will hold his ground, still behind the net. Pitcher will pick it up for the Voyagers. He'll circle back. Good pressure right there by the Shadow. Moved out, quick outlet pass there up to Grover. Grover cleans that one up right in front there. Grover had a chance there, just couldn't find the handle on that puck, and that one's gathered up by Gibbons.
First good opportunity by Gagnon on the backhand. Just missed, and right there the Voyagers come right back and get a great chance on their end.
Gagnon couldn't get enough hot mustard on that backhander. Not much on it, and it's still 0-0 at the 16-17 mark here of the first period. Face off there. Everybody, little Chris Hawkins is out there spinning like the Tasmanian devil.
Keep your head up.
Keep your head on a swivel. This one's played, kept in, but out now as the Voyagers are going to have to get onside. They'll control this puck. Throw it over on the far side boards. McKinnage gets this one out. This one's dumped into the corner of the Shadow. Big hit there as Chris Hawkins throwing his body around.
There he is, the guy you just talked about.
Here he comes charging. Another hit there, trying to get his team fired up. Coming the other way. There's a quick shot to the outside of Van Heest. This one goes all the way back to Arnott. Paul Arnott couldn't control. Good. Chris Hawkins is still, he's like the energy bunny out there right now. Moving it around. Shadow will cycle that puck backwards as they have a few problems trying to clear their zone here. They do clear their zone, but right at center ice, the Voyagers are going to come back the other way. Got an offsides there as two Voyagers came offsides. Looks like McCarthy and Joyce were both offsides on that play by the Voyagers. 15:05 left to go here in the first period. No score yet.
That was a typical Chris Hawkins shift right there, throwing his body around and causing havoc.
Face off right there, dumped down into the Shadow end. Gibbons going to do a little stick handling himself. Throws it out, but not out far enough as they'll rotate this puck along the boards. Good hit there. Shadow coming back the other way for Micah. He leaves a trailer there. Quick shot on Van Hees. There's a loose rebound. Ryerson couldn't get his stick on that one. Big opportunity there as we see on the replay.
3-on-2.
For Micah, leaves the trailer there. Quick wrister there. Loose rebound out in front. Captain James couldn't get his stick on that. We'll have a face-off just to the outside of Van Hees to the left of him.
Another great opportunity for the Shadow right there. 3-on-2 developed.
This one's played back to Minnie. Minnie will wrap this one along the back of the boards. Still kept in. Ryerson over on the far side boards trying to feather that one inside. Gino Minnie will throw his weight into that one. Retreating for that one is Milam. Think that almost hit the scoreboard but didn't. Right at center ice. Smith, Dylan Smith. Smith takes a little hit there right in front of the penalty box. Shadow will make some changes off the bench. Voyagers trying to play this one out. This one's deflected right at the blue line. Taken by the Shadow right there. Trying to get it in as good forechecking there by the Shadow. Both teams starting to throw the body around a little bit here at the 13:47 mark. We got little action here. Little move from the outside to the inside. Oh, just to the outside of the goalpost.
Just missed. Dalton J.
Dalton J made a move there. There's a knuckleball on Gibbons. Grab him right around the neck there. Dylan Smith charging in. Gibbons threw that big glove on it to stop that one.
Gibbons getting into a little extracurricular there.
There was that shot on Van Hees just to the outside. So this faceoff will be to the right of Gibbons.
Dalton J on an opportunity inside out and just missed the backhand.
Still no score, 13:31 left to play here in the first period. This one's worked along the blue line. Richardson tried to move inside on that one, and that one's saved by Gibbons. We'll do the face-off in the other circle, left of Gibbons. Taking this face-off for the Voyagers is Grover. This one's played back. Rotundi will take this puck. Got a whistle there.
The hand pass at center ice.
Let's do that one over again.
That last shift, that harmless shot from the point, got deflected right onto Gibbons, but he was there to see it all the way.
Gagnon will take the face-off for the Shadow, just outside the Muskegon Voyagers blue line. Both players get tangled up there. Rotundi played it over. This one's dumped into the Voyagers' end. That one, a dangerous pass out in front of the net. No harm done there. There's a play that poked that pass right to the left or right of Gibbons, as the Voyagers just throwing that on net any way they can. This one's played back. Pitcher will retreat for the Voyagers. Long outlet pass. This one's dumped back into the Voyagers end. Gibbons will corral that one up. Taken by Milam. Milam will wish that one along the boards. Voyagers again back in their end. This one's played back. Good rotation by the Voyagers to keep possession of this puck. They'll set things up behind the net. Throw up that one. A little pop up there that has broken up right at center ice. Rowell will take this puck. He'll settle things down. Peel back and now move forward. Just to the outside of Hawkins tried to reach for that one. There's an opportunity. Good defensive play there as that one's broken up by Grover.
Great defensive play, just stopping that pass and getting across and maybe a one-timer.
Chris Hawkins is asking Tim Schmidt a few questions.
He's asking the logo, or is he looking?
Look. The face-off just to the left of Gibbons here in the shadow end. 11:49 left to go here in the first period. No score. Quick shot there on Gibbons.
Oh,
quick pop up there.
Gibbons had to be quick on
the
that
ice
one.
is Chris Hawkins. Tim Schmidt saying, I think that was Schmidt that's talking to him.
Yeah, they're going to continue that conversation. Both teams know each other really well.
Another face-off to the left of Gibbons. This one's feathered out of the zone, but taken by the Voyagers again. Other offsides there. That might have been Hawkins offside on that one.
Both teams doing a good job defensively, just not allowing any real good scoring chances. They're just, again, kind of just being careful.
Just playing playoff hockey here where you're very defensive. It didn't seem like we had a lot of that the first two games, but very cautious on what they're doing here so far.
Yeah, there's no room for error today.
Chris Hawkins takes that one off the face-off, snuck in there. Voyagers get back on side, dump it in. Gibbons corrals that one up. This one's thrown along the boards, played out of the zone. As for Micah, got a stick on that one, and
that's James cleaning the ice.
Yeah, James Ryerson went sledding there. He's even got a smile on his face.
He was a little patch there he wanted to clean up.
So we'll have a face-off just outside the shadow blue line. Played back as Arnott got a stick on that one. Trying to get that out of their zone. They do to shadow. Break the blue line over the, lost control of that one. It was Fraser. Here we go again. Fraser takes this one. Joel takes a shot off the glove of Van Heest.
Oh, Minnie just had a chance to keep that in and fire one and got away from him.
Here they come again, the shadow. Lobbing that one up front, and it looks like we thought we'd get an interference call there, but no.
Wow.
Let them play on. And
I mean, I'm not sure why there wasn't a call there.
big hit right in front of the net.
Gagnon didn't see that hit coming at all.
Players, Gagnon's talking to his the Voyager player there. We got no call on it. Referees say, boys, play on. 10:36 left to go here in the first period. Expect more of these shenanigans to happen in today's game.
Luke McKinch, I think, with that big hit right there. And Gags didn't see it coming.
Face off there. The Voyagers will take possession of it and dump it down into the shadow end. Played along the back boards. Shadow tried to clear that up to Rowell. Rowell couldn't get his stick on it. That one's whisked around the back of the boards. Almost out. Baker gets a stick on that one. Couldn't backhand it. It was hit down by a stick. Giuliano will backhand that down the Voyagers' end. Back along the boards. This one's kept in by Rotundi. Rotundi will throw that one back in. Good pressure right here. This one's cleared out by the Voyagers. Voyagers right at center ice, dump that one in. Gibbons comes out of the net. That one hops over the stick of Gibbons. Cleared back out and tapped down into the Voyagers' end. Big changes by the Shadow. Fresh players out there. Voyagers are going to set up right now. Dump down. Gibbons again behind his net. He'll hold that puck. Hit there, right there. Not much hit, but they got the puck. Ryerson tried to catch up to that one. Dumped again down into the shadow and working hard is Belvich for the Voyagers. This one's played inside the blue line. There's a quick shot. Gibbons got a piece of that one. Pitcher took out his man behind the net there. Briersey makes a quick move down there, but Van Hees will whisk that along the boards. Dangerous pass right at center ice. Pitcher again taking that puck alone. Here we go the other way, the Shadow. Looking to do an inside-out move. There's a quick shot that's deflected over to the corner. Along the near side boards, pitcher locks him up right at center ice, bringing the puck the other way. Grover will dump that one in on Gibbons.
Well, Micah got shook up behind the net there on a awkward hit along the boards, and he came off a little gingerly.
Things starting to pace up, pick up the pace here at 8:33 the first period. Quick timeout. This is what we expected here today in this final game of this playoff series, with the series evened at 1-1.
They keep both teams playing this way. You never know. One goal might be all it takes. Just trying to limit any of those big opportunities, odd man rushes, is what both teams are trying to do, and everybody is finishing their checks. I mean, there's no check left behind today.
So last night, the Shadow outshot the Voyagers 54-45. It was like a shootout there.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't think we've had that many shots today so far.
No, there's been a couple chances. Shadow, I think, had the best couple chances. The one Gags came in and the Dalton J. But other than that, it's been pretty harmless. But Gibbons had to come up with a couple that were deflected, because those deflections, those are the garbage goals that just kind of find their way in.
Face-off will be to the right of Gibbons down in the Shadow end. Gags going to take it for the Gagnon, taking it for the Shadow. Grover taking it for the Voyagers. This one's played back to Minnie. Try to clear this one out. They do clear it out right at center ice, and coming back the other way are the Voyagers as Dundas dumps that one back in. This one's kept in by the Voyagers, now played out right at center ice, coming the other way. Frazim tried to make a move there. Here's an opportunity right in front of the net. Oh! Big save there on the backhander, as Jay had an opportunity to get one on the scoreboard. Voyagers coming back the other way, little 2-on-2 action. Broken up along the side of the boards right at center ice. Coming over the blue line. Quick shot on Gibbons. Joe DeFay there.
Another great chance for the Shadow down in that end, and Van Heest had to make another big save.
Check that. That was McKinnich taking that shot on Gibbons, crossing the blue line. Another face-off to the right of Gibbons. 7:45 left to go here in the first period. You're watching MIHL hockey, playoff hockey, series tied at 1. This is the deciding game. Played behind the boards. Whisked out by the Shadow, coming the other way. Quickly to the outside, looking for some help in the front. Nobody there. Baker throws that one on net. Looking for a redirection.
Mike Moroso with a good play, taking it in there and throwing it right back to Bakes. And he said no.
Baker and Arnott playing the back end here for the Shadow. 7:28 left to go here in the first period. A tight checking game here. No score. This one's hacked and whacked at. Played along the boards. That one's right out in front for Rowell. Rowell couldn't get his stick on that one. Right inside the blue line. Baker keeps that one in. Dumps that one back in. Giuliano just past Giuliano. Giuliano now with the puck. He'll peel back. Throw that one back to Bakes. Bakes gets that one over to Maruso. Maruso and the Voyagers clear this one back. Baker right at center ice there.
Baker with a nice play. Got a skate on that one to keep it from a breakaway possibly happening.
Van Hees kept that one. No call there. Player down for the Shadow. Shadow coming back the other way. Got a whistle now, and we'll see what this is.
We might have something here.
So we do have a Voyagers penalty here.
Penalty, yeah. Looks like Jeremy Joyce heading to the box.
He'll sit on the short bench for 2 minutes.
Great opportunity here for the Shadow to get that first one.
Right at the 6:41 mark, they go on the power play of the Shadow. Gagnon will take this face off. Play it back. Milam running the control. There's a quick shot on the open side there. Loose puck out in front. Nobody can bang it home. Shadow was buzzing there. They just couldn't get it in the net. Milam takes a check right inside the blue line. They'll work this along the back. Milam one-timer. That one's kicked aside by Van Heest. Back to Milam. Milam will whisk that one over. Right in center ice. Gagnon tried to get that one out front. Cleared out by the Voyagers. Minute 20 left on the power play. This one all the way out as Gibbons looking to shoot that puck out forward. Dumped again back down into the Shadow end. Minnie will chase this one down. Cycle it back to Jay. Jay will take his time bringing it up. This one's over to Giuliano. Giuliano threw that one out front. Nobody there. Still kept in or not. Gets this one over. Quick shot there by Minnie.
Giuliano with the deflection just missed it wide.
Trying to feather that one back as that one was over to Maruso. Maruso over on the far side boards. Can't get a clean shot yet as the Voyagers keep moving that defensive around. Here's one for Minnie. He scores! Gino Minnie! One-timer inside the blue line.
Great puck movement by the Shadow. Everybody's touching the puck.
They just kept on working that puck around. I think he went 5-hole. He did go 5-hole on Van Heest there, and they capitalized on the power play.
Great job by the Shadow. The wing brought down 2 guys down low to him and left Minnie sneaking in from the point.
Let's give that one to Big Gino. Give him that goal and a bologna sandwich.
That's the start the Shadow wanted right there. First 2 games, they were behind 2-0 in both games. Now they jumped in front. Keep doing what they're doing.
Good rotation of that puck on that power play.
Very patient.
Voyagers now bring this puck forward. Smith tried to get a stick on that one. Broken up. Coming the other way, Voyagers do dump that back in. Truxton got a stick on that one. This one just inside the blue line, kept in by a glove by Velovich.
Oh, nice move.
Knocked down, and here come the Shadow the other way. Ryersey. Ryersey breaks the blue line. Looking to set up and throw that one out front. Nobody there to get a stick on Osentowski. Stick was all tied up for that one. Here's another shot. Rotundi took that one. Just shot that off of Dylan Smith. Finally, that puck goes on Van Heest, and he'll just gobble that one up.
Yeah, Dylan Smith blocked that one, and the Shadow lucky that it didn't bounce right back to him. They got a lucky bounce back to the middle there, or else he would have been gone.
4:15 left to go here in the first period. Shadow 1, Voyagers nothing. Tight game so far here in this first period. Pitcher grabs it for the Voyagers, trying to glide that along the boards. This one's taken out. A little 2-on-1 action here.
Nice.
Nice defensive play by Minnie right there to break that one up. This one's cleared out of their zone. Gagnon gets it over to Jay. Dalton Jay trying to catch up. He locks up the brakes there, peels back, kept in. This one shot on net, just a knuckleball as they go into the corner. Jay and Pitcher That one shot on Van Hees. Kept in, good pressure there by the Fraser, as Fraser got his stick on it. Milam now. Milam will backhand that back into the Voyagers' end. Richardson will gather that one up, try to move that puck forward. They do. Here's a chase here as McCarthy try to catch up to that one. Cleared out by the Shadow again. Coming the other way. Giuliano takes a quick shot there. Here's a race for this puck. Good play there. Oh, didn't get a call on that one. Looked like a stick coming up there.
Definitely looked like he was hooked down. But they're not going to call it. I think that was Schmidt going after that puck, and looked like the stick got up on him and yanked him right down by McCarthy.
So no call there.
Hey, maybe they're thinking they already had one call against them. Don't want to give them a second right away.
2:52 left to go here in the first period. Just outside the Shadow blue line. This one's dumped into the Shadow end as they'll play this one out. Right into the neutral zone and back into the Voyagers' end. They'll take possession again, dump this one down into the Voyagers' end. We'll just have a face-off right at center ice.
Well, getting like a pinball out there, getting hit a couple times right in front of the Voyagers' bench.
Got to keep your head on a swivel here today.
Guess who's on the Voyagers' bench chirping at him? Number 23, Mr. Hawkins. He doesn't have to be on the ice to make his presence known.
So Formica gets thrown out of that face-off there. Osentowski will take it for the Shadow. Played back, 2:31 left to go here in the first period. Baker tried to move this one forward. He dumps it down the Voyagers' end. Van Hees will gather that one up. Here's an opportunity right out in front. Osentowski had a chance. Went to the backhander, put too much mustard on that one.
What a chance.
Coming back the other way. Broken up. Good defensive play there by the Shadow to clear that out of the zone. They'll set things up right here. Right at center ice, dumped in by Rotundi. Rotundi will wait inside the blue line as the Voyagers move that puck forward right at inside the blue line. Dump to the outside of Gibbons. An off-angle shot there. Gibbons got a piece of that. Coming back the other way. Gagnon. Ooh, a pinball right there as Minnie got double time there, and the ref goes down.
Yeah,
Ghost hit the ref. So we're going to get some bodies flying around here as things are going to get a bit physical. Minnie took a shot at Dundas.
Oh, they're calling something. I think Minnie's heading to the box.
Late hit there by Minnie, so he'll have to go to the penalty box.
Yeah, I think he was a little upset at that sandwich that he was served over here in front of the Voyagers' bench and retaliated a little bit.
So the Shadow have some work to do here to kill off this penalty. We're going to need another skater out there, boys. There you go.
Yeah, you're already down one. You don't want to be out there with only three now.
Russo will take the face-off on this one. Rosso tried to get a piece on that one. That one's deflected over into the netting of Gibbons. Gibbons, I think it went off his glove on that.
McCarthy with that deflection, I think you're right. I think Gibbons might have got a piece of it afterwards.
So we'll do another face-off to the right of Gibbons as the Voyagers are on the power play. McKinnage taking the face-off for the Voyagers.
And waving them both out.
Both get the heave-ho out of here.
I never understand it, these refs. Just drop the puck. Why are we waiting? Just drop the puck.
Minute 5 left to go here in the first period. Kept in inside the blue line. Pitcher. Voyagers will rotate this puck around. Good movement there, Dundas. Dundas down in the corner. This one's moved over to McCarthy. McCarthy try to work that over to Dundas. Dundas is digging. 3 Voyagers down there, though this one's played out. They'll have another face-off. This one will be to the left of Gibbons.
Voyagers are okay, or the Shadow are okay with that, even though the face-offs in their zone killed a few more seconds.
Minute 28 left in the penalty to Mini, and 41.7 seconds left in this first period. This one's kept in and cleared out. All the way down to Van Heest. Van Heest will come out of the net. Whisks that one behind his net. Throw it over to Pitcher. Pitcher's going to get a running start here as he crosses the blue line into the shadow end behind Gibbons. Shoots that one on net. Opportunity here for the clear out, and they do whisk that all the way down to Van Heest. Giuliano caught up to that one. 6 seconds left in this period. Fish down back into the Voyagers' end, and that will end this first period with a 1-0 lead for the Michigan Shadow. It was a great goal there by Gino Mini on the power play, and that gave the Shadow the 1-0 lead here in the best 2 out of 3 series between the Muskegon Voyagers and the Michigan Shadow. We'll take a break here on Go Live Sportscast and be back for the second period.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Troy area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakewind Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakewind, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable. It gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened?
Your friend's not safe.
Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite top cheese, stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is gonna be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Gotta pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. The big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Fraser Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. Oh. Did you guys know, wow, we're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
Go Live Sportscast.
Back here live at Big Boy Arena, about ready to start the second period. I'm Frank Mazzola along with Gary Prezwora. Gary, 1 goal there. Gino Mini inside the blue line just rifled that one in to beat Van Heest.
Yeah, just taking advantage of that power play right there is what the Shadow needed to do to get on the board first. There's a look at it right here.
Just one timer right there.
I think that was Roel possibly down there in that wing that threw it back out to him, but they were very patient on that power play.
Kind of period that the Shadow have to be satisfied with after falling behind yesterday 2-0 to the Voyagers after the first period. So the Voyagers will still be on the power play for under a minute here to start the second period. Thanks for tuning in to Go Live Sportscast. You can also pick us up on some of these OTT channels, Stream Mix, the TCL TV's International, Roku, YouTube, the NBT channel, and soon to be on Free Live Sports, an OTT channel, which will be on Sling too. So 47 seconds left in the penalty to Gino Mini, and then back to full strength if nothing happens here.
Yeah, Shadow hopefully kill this 47 seconds left and kill this off and get right back to their game plan of being smart defensively and just taking chances when they present itself, but not overdoing it. Wait for the Voyagers to come back out on the ice. I don't think they got the memo.
Voyagers still haven't come out. Finally they do. Coming out first is Van Heest.
Extra pep talk inside that locker room. Said, okay, boys, we haven't been in this position down in these first 2 games. So
I think Coach Dance was playing rock and roll tunes in there. Maybe pulled out his guitar or something. You never know what happens in those locker rooms in between the periods there.
What goes on in those locker rooms, stay in the locker room, I'm told.
You've been in plenty of locker rooms there.
Like I said, what goes on in those locker rooms stays in the locker room.
All right, about ready to start the second period. You know, we talk about playoff beards, and you got to like the beard of Grover, Zach Grover right there, number 18.
Yeah.
He's got one of those mean beards. It's pointy and stiff. You get poked with that thing in the eye, you could possibly lose vision there for a few hours.
It's a weapon. He's using it as a weapon out there.
So here we go, the face-off. Pitcher takes it for the Voyagers. Down into the Shadow end, still on the power play. This one splits a couple defenders all the way down to Van Heest. 35 seconds left in the power play for the Voyagers. Pitcher. Here they come right there. Grover doing a little dipsy doodle moves there. This one's cleared out. Giuliano on the right there. This one's fed over. Oh, he scores!
Moroso.
That was, oh, what a play there. A short-handed goal, and they take a 2-0 lead there.
Right here along the boards, and they got it chipped out right to Giuliano.
Grover brought that puck in, and Giuliano fed that over to Moroso, and there you have it, a shorty. 2-0 Shadow here quickly in the second period. 15 seconds left in the power play for the Voyagers. Pitcher will bring that on the left wing. Quick backhander there on Gibbons. Gibbons makes a save there. This one inside the blue line, shot on Gibbons. Gibbons makes a save there, and this one's cleared. Here's another opportunity for the Shadow. Dipping in, loses control of that one. It was Gino Mini coming out of the penalty box. Voyagers throw a knuckleball right on Gibbons, and Gibbons will gather that one up.
Pitcher with a nice defensive play to stop Mini. Like you said, he came right out of that box, had the puck on a stick, and Riley Pitcher with a great defensive effort right there.
Gino Mini had an opportunity there. Face off to the left of Gibbons. 2-0, that big shorthanded goal in Muskegon. The Muskegon Voyagers scored a shorthanded goal against the Shadow in game 1. Gagnon moving in, doing some dipsy doodle moves there. Gagnon making his moves behind the net. This one's kept in. Played along the boards. The Voyagers do get it. Up to Pitcher. Pitcher crosses the blue line. Moving in. Quick shot on Gibbons. Gibbons lost the view on that one. That one off his shoulder. This one's cleared up in the air. Back to Pitcher again. Pitcher will move this puck forward over to Joyce. Joyce inside the blue line. Nice move there. What do we got going on here? We got multiple whistles.
He's calling somebody. He's getting Gags going to the box there. Or maybe it's Rotundi or both of them. Multiple guys.
Let's see what this is. 2 guys going off.
That's not what you want to have. It's 2 guys going to the penalty box at the same time, and 2-goal lead here to start this second period.
So Rotundi goes off, and Gagnon, that's a weird play. I've never seen that kind of action where there's 2 penalties at once. And now it'll be a little 5-on-3 action, a big hole that the Shadow have to dig themselves out of.
Could have been one of those where, hey, one of them took a penalty and you figure you're not going to call a second one, so let me get my licks in. And they caught him.
5-on-3 here as they work that putt. Big save there by Gibbons. Gibbons kicks that one out. This one's cleared all the way down to Van Heest. Solid minute 48 left for the 2-man advantage here for the Voyagers. This one's whisked all the way over. Kept in by the Voyagers. They're going to cycle this puck around a little bit. Cleared out there. Quick change there by the Shadow. Get a fresh body on the ice. Here's the charge by the Voyagers. They'll just whisk this behind the net. Mini try to get his stick on that one. They'll move this puck around on the power play. Behind the net, trying to fish that one out front. Smith now with the puck. Smith throws it all the way over to
good bounce.
the player coming off the ice for the Voyagers. Couple changes right there. Gibbons out of the net, whisks that one around the back of the net. Smith now with the puck. Smith gets that one out to Dundas. Dundas takes a shot there. This one's cleared out. 42 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. We got another penalty. We're not sure. Well, I guess it's going to be against the Shadow. Pitcher dipping in there. Thrown out in front. There's a quick shot on net. Looking for the puck. That one's off into the corner. Pitcher now with the puck. Delayed penalty here against the Shadow. Smith. Smith will take a shot, and Gibbons steers that one off into the boards. See what this one's about.
Milam's got I don't know if he got a slash or a hook down at the other end, and both guys were kind of chipping at each other, and Milam's the only one who got caught.
That box is getting very crowded. Captain James wants to talk to the referee.
Only 11 seconds to go in those first 2 penalties, so they can escape that 11 seconds. They'll only be down 1 man. Gibbons coming up big. That's what a championship goalie does.
Gibbons playing like he did 2 years ago for the Waterford Sharks.
You're down 2 guys. You got to count on your goaltender to come up with a big save or 2, and he's done that right here for almost these 2 minutes. There's still conversation going on.
How many guys can you fit in a short bench penalty box?
I think James is asking, hey, could you put one of them in the box too, even it up? I mean, somebody pick a
James,
guy.
you know, he had a good beard going, playoff beard, but he chopped it off for some reason. I mean,
well, did he chop it off before yesterday's game?
I don't know. He cut everything off his head. Hair on top, hair on the side. Now it's starting to grow back.
I think Giuliano did the same thing with his hair, but he left the mustache.
So here we go. I don't know exactly what the call was on that one.
Shadow got 3 guys in the box having a little second period party over there for some reason, 3 of them.
This is right at the 16:22 mark of the second period.
Finally got it figured out.
So still be 5-on-3. According to my calculations, still referee's still talking this over.
Trying to figure out what's going to happen in those 11 seconds. Both those guys can't both come out here because they're already at 5-on-3. So, and then Milam's 2 minutes have to go up there. I think they're as confused as I am right now.
A little bit of conversation over there. The referee talking through the little hole in the glass.
They had it figured out. Now they don't again. And this the ref just dropped the puck in the circles.
Paper, scissors, rocks right now.
They're bringing in a 4th guy, the guy with the glasses now.
The guy with the bifocals comes in.
Two minutes for something. They just announced 2 minutes for something, Frank. I've never heard that penalty, but you do something, you get 2 minutes.
All right. 2 minutes for something on Milam. Even Gibbons is kind of, what?
Giuliano's having a good laugh in the face-off circle or something. I don't know.
We'll just call something.
We saw it. I know. They saw it.
So here's the power play. 7 seconds left on the two penalties. Good clear out there.
That'll do it for those first one. They get one guy back on the ice.
Voyagers trying to get that puck gathered up behind Van Heest. Here they come again. They break the blue line. Rotate that behind Gibbons along the near side boards in the corner. That one's thrown out in front. Nobody there for the Voyagers to get a stick on. Cleared along the outside. Gathered up by Grover.
The beard.
The bearded wonder. This one's played to the outside right down the middle. Open shot there, cleared out by the Shadow. Minnie cleared that one out for the Shadow. Minute 10 left in, I don't know what kind of penalty that was on Milam. Dumped in on Gibbons. Gibbons kicked that one out. Gibbons will just smother that one, say, hey, I still want to hear about that penalty.
Well, Gags gets to come out of the box after serving his 2, but of course he couldn't go out there because they're 5-on-4. But he gets to come back to the bench at least.
59 seconds left in the Milam penalty and back to full strength for the Shadow. This one's played out inside the blue line. Quick wrister there. That one's just to the outside. Gibbons got a piece of that one. Kept in. They'll rotate this puck around. Dundas couldn't get a stick on that one. Played along the back. The other Dundas. We got all kinds of Dundases out there for the Voyagers here today. Inside the blue line. Rotated back behind the net again.
Manny.
As Chris Dundas. This one's cleared out. 25 seconds left in the power play for the Voyagers. Van Heest will give it a heave-ho behind the net. One last charge by the Voyagers here. This one's taking a shot way outside of, just a bit outside on Gibbons. This one's cleared out of the zone.
That should do it.
That will do it, and back to full strength as Milam comes out as his penalty has expired. Good moves there, good defensive play by the Shadow to break that one up. Coming back The other way is Drake Owen. Drake Owen looked like he wanted to turn on the afterburners. This one's all the way down to Van Heest. Van Heest will just feather that off to the side. Dump back behind Gibbons. Gibbons will gather that one up as the Shadow try to clear that one out. Here's an opportunity right in front. Quick shot, they score. The man with the beard, Zach Grover.
There's a look at it right here along the boards. The defenseman made the play right there to keep it in.
Left him wide open in the slot there. Nobody.
Jake Nana along the boards. That was the key play right there as the Shadow tried to clear it.
So as the penalty expired, they score right after that. Pull it back in within one goal, 2-1.
So your favorite beard gets the goal.
Give that one to Grover. And it's 2-1. Back down in the Voyagers' end behind Van Heest. This one's played up. Baker can't control that one. Shake and bakes. Loses control of that one. Voyagers cross the blue line, dump it in. Nana will whisk that behind the net. Kept in again. Quick shot on net.
Oh.
That one steered to the outside. Just got a piece of it. Was Gibbons. Pressure here by the Voyagers as they just keep putting that one on net. Minnie Formica couldn't clear that one out. He needs to get off the ice. Coming back the other way, locking him up is McCumber. McCumber dished that one off. Oh, had an open net.
Oh,
another
what a
shot saved there. This one, as Gibbons is flopping around there. Pressure here by the Voyagers as they keep this puck in. That one's blocked.
Grover's got to be shaking his head. I think it was him that he walked in all alone, made a move. He had the wide open net, and he shot it wide. And then Gibbons got him on the rebound.
Caught the Shadow just not skating and moving around. And the Voyagers just kept on rotating that puck.
That's what happens when you got to kill off a 5-on-3 for a couple minutes and then a 5-on-4 right after that. Your legs are tired.
Chris Hawkins giving chase on that one. This one's cleared down. Gags will give a chase to that one. Gagnon putting on the afterburners and his cape. Here we go the other way. Bringing the puck up quickly is Truxton. Truxton will swish this one along the backboards. Chris Hawkins gets a piece of that one. Shot on net. Nobody knows where it's at. Finally, it's taken by Truxton again. This one's out inside the blue line. Oh, they score. Gibby had a piece of it. It dribbled behind him.
There's a look at it. I think it was Ryan Gamber's going to get credit for that one. Right from the point here, he takes a shot, and I don't know if it was deflected in front or if it just snuck by him. So
I think it just laid out there and went off his glove.
Gamber's going to get credit for that one.
Here we go again. So we got a tie game here as 2 goals by the Voyagers have tied it up here at the 11:40 mark of the second period. Suddenly there's some pep in the skates of the Voyagers here in the second period.
That extra time they took in the locker room, see?
Voyagers throw that out front. Dylan Smith. We got another penalty here. Nope. Voyagers coming back again. Good move there as Dundas, Andrew Dundas. Oh, Dundas threw that one over to Belvich. Belvich couldn't find the handle on that one. All kinds of pressure right now by the Voyagers as they look to take the lead, as 2 quick goals by them have tied this up. Gino Mini takes his man into the glass. Ryersey cleared this one out. Osentowski will give chase for this one. Dumped down to Rotundi. Rotundi tried to get that one in. Osentowski along the boards dumps that one in. Cleared back to Baker. Baker whisks that one over to Osentowski. Osentowski couldn't control that one. Voyagers clear this one all the way down the shadow end. This will be an icing.
Wow. Another different period here, the second period. So the Voyagers came out and got those power plays and took advantage of it. And they've got a little bit of jump right now, and the Shadows seem a little flat-footed.
10-10 left to go here in the second period. All tied up at 2. Gagnon gets going to take this face-off for the Shadow.
Maybe.
Gagnon takes that face-off. This one's won by the Voyagers. They clear it out. McKinnage all the way down. This will be icing waved off here. Gagnon looking to put his cape on. Quick shot there. Caught up high on Van Heest as sort of handcuffed him on that shot, but he did make the save.
And Gagnon using that speed that we know him for.
The flying Frenchman trying to put the Shadow back in the lead here. Baker having a little discussion with the referees right at center ice.
He's pointing up at the scoreboard. Hey, we got 4 penalties to their 1. What's going on?
Crafty veteran, many years playing all the way back to the St. Clair Fighting Saints of the FHL.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to talk about the disparity in the penalties. I'll mention it.
Little timeout as you see down there as Gibbons goes through his usual ritual there during a timeout. Goalies are a different kind of breed, you know. You wonder on, what are they thinking at times that they do the things they do. I mean,
well, I think I said yesterday they're odd, but there's not a goalie I don't know that isn't a little different.
I think Gibby's just jamming right now, going along with the Metallica.
Whatever it takes, whatever works.
So we'll have the face-off down the Voyagers' end here. Jay will take that face-off. Taken by the Voyagers, cleared out of the zone, dumped back in. Players have to get onside. Voyagers clear this down right inside the Shadow blue line. Baker trying to move that puck forward, taken down there by Richardson. Richardson gets a little tap behind the net there. Coming back the other way. This one's dumped back into the Voyagers' end. Gagnon giving chase.
Nice poke check.
Here's an opportunity right out in front of the net. Nobody. That one whisked along the crease. Good rotation right there. Trying to get that puck out. Right out in front. Nobody there but the Voyagers. Coming back the other way. Joyce. Jeremy Joyce loses control of that one. Here's a little feather pass for. That one's thrown out in front. Giuliano couldn't turn on that one. Coming back the other way as things start to pick up the pace here again. Rowell breaks the blue line. He gets the puck stolen. Taken again. Maruso over to Rowell. Rowell gives chase. Collision down there.
Now they're going to call another penalty. I think it's on the Shadow again, and Rowell's going to head to the box. Here it is, a look at it, Frank. Right behind the net. Rowell, just a good clean check. Both guys down, and then he hooked him. And he got a stick right. It tripped him. Got a stick right in his skates right there.
Got to play more discipline than that. Playing right into the Voyagers' hands.
Yeah, they've already been down too many guys this period. You don't want to keep going to that box.
Theo goes off for 2 minutes.
It's a huge 2-minute penalty or penalty kill right here. Shadow gotta kill this off.
8:14 left to go here in the second period. All notched up 2-2. Giuliano talking to the referee. So they rotate this puck around here on the power play. Dundas throws that down in the corner. Still a little scrum here along the boards played out. There's Jeremy Joyce. They keep rotating that puck around. This one's feathered behind the net along the boards. Over to Grover. Grover and his beard. Players get tangled up there. Opportunity there. Good defensive play by the Shadow to clear this one out. Giuliano gives chase, trying to take a hack, a whack, and take that. Right out in front, tried to hit the Voyagers skating right there. This one's all the way down to Van Heest. Van Heest. Minute 5 left to go in the power play for the Voyagers.
Two good defensive plays, Milam and Rotundi on that last attempt right there.
Good outlet pass there. No call there as one of the Voyagers did a Superman there.
He was flying, wasn't he?
A lot of talk off the Voyagers bench right now. 40 seconds left in the power play. Dundas trying to thread the needle right there. Chris Dundas kept in by Pitcher. Pitcher will take a shot there. That one's to the outside of Gibbons. Another shot on Gibbons. Kept in by the Voyagers, now played out. Good play there by Frazee. Frazee coming the other way. Frazee looking to turn the corner. Shot on Van Heest. Van Heest gets a piece of that one. We're going to go back the other way. 10 seconds. Pitcher looking for his trailer. Threw that one out in front. Gibbons gets a piece of that one. Power play still going. This ought to do it right here. Coming on the ice is Theo Rowell. He'll go off. Gibbons gathered that up for Baker. Shake and bake. Plays this one up to Arnott. Or Milam, that is. Check that. Milam with that puck. There's Milam, or Dalton Jay with that puck. Quick shot there on net. Van Heesten made that save. Ryerson over on the left side taking that shot. Paul Arnott tried to clear that one over. The Voyagers keep this one in. McCarthy played that along, coming back the other way. Trying to pinch that puck up. Good defensive play by the Voyagers to keep that right in the neutral zone. Coming back the other way quickly is Nana. They set this one up over to Grover. Grover can't find the handle on that one. Osentowski now for the Shadow. The Polish Prince throws that one out. Looks like we got a hit behind, but no call there.
So Rowell again getting a little chippy.
Cooler heads prevail right there. Voyagers to the outside. Minnie takes a hit and gives a hit. Right at center ice, a quick shot on Gibbons. Gibbons steers that into the corner. Here's another opportunity. Good defensive play there. There's another quick shot off of Gibbons. Shadow players standing around right in front of the net. Just clearing that puck out as the Voyagers just keep on coming. Minnie's going to slow things down a little bit. Try to clear this, set things up. Giuliano shoots that one over. Oh, big opportunity there for Morasso. Morasso got that pass. That shot deflected into the glass.
Got, I think, a high stick or calling something. I think it's coming outside. You're right, Giuliano with a great pass to Moroso again with another opportunity. But, hey, we got a Voyager heading to the box, Frank. What do you know about that?
Number 12 going off for the Voyagers.
Wow.
Belvich will take a 2-minute penalty. A lot of talk on the bench right now from the Voyagers as
guys are chirping a little bit.
Thought I was in the park with a bunch of birds.
Hey, the Shadow will take it. They got
one late
power
change
play
there.
here.
The ref says no, gave him the Mutombo and said no, you got to keep your player on there.
We're still having a conversation here. The captain is talking to the ref.
Captain James.
Now they're allowing for a change.
He keeps trying to get out there, number 16.
He's trying to
Gamber.
sneak out there. He said, but I'm our best penalty killer. Let me out there.
Gamber tried it twice. This one's kept in by the Shadow. Power play here. This one whisked behind the boards there, behind the net. Back. Jamison trying to keep this one in. This one was deflected out. Up to Jamison. Milam cleared out again by the Voyagers. Gagnon will just use that puck on the boards here. Played out. Here's an opportunity right in the slot.
Frazee with a great chance in the slot. Van Heest stoned him.
Van Heest had nobody in front of him. Could see that shot coming a mile away.
It's been all Voyagers this period for the most part. Seattle got to take advantage of this power play right here and get back on top.
Face off to the right of Van Heest. As the Shadow are on the power play here. They'll move this up, the Voyagers. Grover will dump that down to Gibbons. Gibbons will settle that puck down a little bit as the Shadow will move it forward. Minnie up to Gags. Gags can't control that. Gagnon. 58 seconds left in this power play. Shot on Gibbons. Gibbons moves that one off to the side. Giuliano crosses the center ice. Dumped down and cleared out by the Voyagers again.
Voyagers making it tough. They're on them really quick, and the Shadow's just rushing a little bit on those passes, not connecting.
Arnott will dump and chase here. Van Heest looking which way he wants to go with it.
Oh, there it is.
Sing-song there, ding-dong. Big hit there, clean.
Arnott.
Richardson was the recipient of that hit right there. Nine seconds left in the power play. Opportunity here for the Voyagers. They go right out in front. Good save there by Gibbons.
Too good of a chance right there for the Voyagers. A 2-on-1 developed.
Here it is. This was the hit down at the ice here.
This is Arnott flying in there and laying the body on right here. Big number 55 turned around, and Richardson was a recipient of the big hit.
Paul Arnott says, "Don't call me old man." Gagnon taking the face-off. This one's played back. Quick shot by the Voyagers. Baker gives chase to that one. Things get a little bit frisky down there. Gagnon, the flying Frenchman, up on the right wing. He gives chase. Looking to put his cape on here. He takes a hack and a whack. Loses possession of that puck. Voyagers coming back the other way. Oh, he scores!
3-on-2 and a little wrist shot. Owen Drake.
That went inside the pipe. Instead of going out, it went in.
There it is, right on the glove side of the goaltender.
Right there, and they got a 3-2 lead here. So it hit the inside pipe, went inside the net there.
Just over the glove of Gibbons.
Gibbons wasn't sure if it went in the net or just hit the post and came out. Actually went inside the net after hitting the inside of the post. So after having a 2-0 lead, here we go again. A back and forth kind of game. 2-0, the Shadow had a lead, 3 straight goals by the Voyagers, and they have a 3-2 lead. Minute 15 left to go here in the second period. Here's one right out in front. Voyagers couldn't capitalize, 2-on-1 developing. No opportunity there, couldn't get the stick on that one as Gagnon tried to dance his way down there.
Yeah, Gagnon with a nice pass, but just couldn't get enough on that shot. And an easy save for Van Heest. Shadow wanted just another minute to go. They just want to get out of this period, I think, at this point. It's not been their finest period for sure of this series.
Moroso took that face off. Here's an opportunity for him right there. Quick shot on net. Gagnon trying to get that puck out front. There's another quick shot. High one that's played out by the Voyagers. Dumped down behind Gibbons. Try to play that out front. Nobody there for the Voyagers. Coming back the other way, Minnie. Giuliano, quick shot, kept that on the ice. Clear it out. Arnott will gather that one up. Arnott will retreat a bit here. Little play in the neutral zone, cleared out. Chris Hawkins now with the puck. Hawkins shoots this one all the way down to Gibbons. A weird bounce there off the board, still not cleared out. Right in front of the Voyagers bench.
Delayed offside, so Voyagers tagging up.
3 seconds, this one all the way down to Van Heest, and that will do it. Some extra shoving there. Rowell getting in some last minute pushes there. Still some shoving. Moroso over there.
Minnie's got a stick down. He says, okay, let's go. You want to go?
Gino Minnie.
He's already got the stick down, and Dundas says, I don't think so.
Gino Minnie, you don't want to touch Gino's stick.
He's trying to get him, but he's not, Dundas not having any part of it.
I think Dundas called him Mini-Me. They're still battling along the boards here as the period has ended.
The ref right in the middle of it, but hey, sometimes you just let them go. Let them get it out of their system. Plus the fans enjoy it.
Well, unless something else happens at the end of the second period here, we'll take a break here on Go Live Sportscast with the Voyagers with a 3-2 lead here going into the third period. Be back in a minute.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Troy area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on, to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's hockey tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakeland Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakeland, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable, gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yeah. Make a plan today.
Long discussion there.
911, where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite, top cheese. Stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is gonna be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Gotta pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. Big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Fraser Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. Oh. Did you guys know? Wow. We're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
Go Live Sportscast.
Back here live on Go Live Sportscast at Big Boy Arena as we go down to the last 20 minutes of this contestant match here between the Michigan Shadow and the Muskegon Voyagers, with the Voyagers with a 3-2 lead. Either team that wins here today take on the Waterford Sharks as they sit at home. In fact, earlier today I emailed one of the guys on the team. I says, "Are you guys ready?" And he sent me a message back, and this picture of the shark, and it's eaten. I think it was Spencer Bowman, but it doesn't have a mullet, so I'm not sure. And I thought he was a vegan.
Right.
But I guess they're ready.
What are they digging into right there? What kind of what is that? What
limb
is that?
Whoever the next team is that's coming in there.
Is that a shadow? Hopefully that's a shadow limb.
You care whose limb it is?
Well, I'm rooting for the Shadow, so yeah, I do.
So here it is, 3-2, with the Voyagers in the lead. 20 minutes to go here. Long discussion at center ice. The Zamboni had to keep going around the four referees, and Ryerson and pitcher, as both teams were lobbying for something.
Yeah, the Zamboni driver did a fantastic job, too. As you said, he had to go around him a few times, but I don't see any extra water or spots that he missed out there. No cement. We're in good shape. No cement.
That's the magical Zamboni here at Big Boy Arena. Leave trails of water. So let's get updated here on the scoring. 3 goals by the Voyagers, Grover, Gamber, and Owen, and a couple goals by the Shadow, Minnie, and Maruso.
You're official again. I just checked everything off as you said it, and you got it.
I'm Frank Mazzal along with Gary Prezwara. I'm just going to start calling you Prezi. Is that all right?
Prezi's works. That's fine.
So, wait, we do have a penalty here, and that's 2 minutes against Rowell. Rowell just can't keep his control of his temper there late in the period. In fact, at the end of the period, he was jostling with another player, and he'll sit 2 minutes here and put the Shadow on defense here for the power play for the Voyagers.
Yeah, Rowell's got to keep his cool here this third period, but he's going to spend those first 2 minutes in the box. Hopefully it's all full 2 minutes. Definitely.
So we'll see what happens here. Cooler heads have to prevail. Here comes the Shadow out onto the ice. They'll start off shorthanded here in the third period.
Shadow got to get back to what they did in that first period. In the first period, they limited the opportunities that the Voyagers had. They didn't give them a whole lot. They played good defensively. They were in great position. In that second period, again, that penalty kill, they had to kill off so many penalties. They just got exhausted and opened up the door, and the Voyagers walked right through.
So as they make their way onto the ice, last 20 minutes of play here.
This is it for one of these teams right here.
So wait, we got somebody in the penalty box
maybe
for the Voyagers too. So looks like we're going to have an offsetting.
I got Vermeesh going in to serve 2 minutes for something as well. It looked like, I think that's Vermeesh.
Right now the penalties all earn up on the scoreboard. We just have a 2 minute penalty to Rowell up on the board right now.
Unless that was the altercation at the end there, maybe that's the offsetting, but Rowell got an extra 2 for something he did. I don't know if that might be Minnie or Vermeesh in the box with him.
Giuliano going to take the face off here to start the third period for the Shadow. Taylor takes it for the Voyagers. Voyagers will take possession of this puck down in their end and work their way forward. Pitcher. Nice move by Pitcher. He loses control of that one. That one's chipped right on Gibbons. Gibbons has to go into action quickly here with just over 15 seconds into the third period. Minute 44 left in the penalty to Rowell. Theo Rowell. Face off to the right of Gibbons.
That favorite circle of yours over there.
This one's cleared out of the zone. Pitcher will give chase to this one. Van Heest will play it over to him. Pitcher gets it taken away. Giuliano looking to go inside. Oh, quick shot by Giuliano. Van Heest lost it. Here's another opportunity quick outside. Jay had a chance too.
Big glove save, Van Heest.
There's a steal right there. Good defensive play by the Shadow as they look to milk this clock on this power play. Played over to Baker. Baker will feather that down the middle. Opportunity here. Quick shot on Van Heest. Van Heest is keeping his head on a swivel.
I don't know if he got a piece of that or if it hit the crossbar.
Still on the power play for 50 seconds. Over in the far side corner. Play it inside the blue line. They take a quick wrister. That one just to the outside of Gibbons. They keep it in and rotate that puck around. Shot on Gibbons. Puck lane right there out front. Cleared out finally.
There you go.
By the Shadow.
Minnie, I think, saved that one from going in. Gibbons made the first one, and Minnie was right there to clear it.
22 seconds left in the power play. Shot on net, just to the outside. Played along the back of the boards. Grover will play that one around. Back over to this point. Gamber.
Ooh. Good stop.
4 seconds left in the power play. Rowell will come back on the ice in 4 seconds here. Face off to the left of Gibbons. Osentowski will take it for the Shadow. Dundas for the Voyagers. Kept in, the Voyagers take a quick wrister there. This one's over on the far side boards. Ryerson will try to clear that out, kept in by Pitcher. Pitcher takes a shot right on Gibbons. Chris Hawkins, the Tasmanian Devil right there, gets thrown to the ice.
Ryerson tried to clear that up the boards there, thinking Rowell was coming right out of the box. And unfortunately, Rowell went to the middle of the ice, and Pitcher was right there on the blue line.
Both teams back at full strength. 17:49 left here in the third period. Pitcher cranks one off there, coming back the other way. Shadow clear the blue line. Shot on Van Heest. Coming in hard is for Micah.
Baker just flipping it toward the goaltender right there. They had a 4-on-2 possibly, but he just flipped it at the goaltender and get a line change and get that face-off in their zone.
Gagnon will take the face-off for the Shadow. Gags right here. Played back. Voyagers coming the other way. 2-on-2. Trying to split the middle there. Good defensive play by the Shadow. Over on the boards. Cleared out of the zone, not yet. Shot there, now cleared out. Coming back the other way. Rowell couldn't keep that puck on its stick. Voyagers do clear this down. Back down to the Voyagers' end. Cleared behind the boards. Dundas gave that one a ride. Here come the Voyagers. They break the blue line. Quick shot just to the outside of Gibbons. Gibbons has to slide to the other side. Still kept in the Shadow end. Whisked along the back boards. Kept in. Here's an opportunity right in front of the net. Oh, he kept that in. Gloved it down and took a quick shot there. As Luke McCarthy had an opportunity to make it a 4-2 game.
Yeah, the defenseman of the Shadow just trying to clear it up the middle in the wrong spot. And McCarthy was right there to intercept it, and a golden opportunity.
McCarthy will take this face-off for the Voyagers. Quick shot on net there. Right off the face-off, Andrew Taylor cranked one off. Played back as they get this out of their zone. Little sloppy play in the neutral zone right there. Now taken by the Shadow. Little dipsy-doodle move there that is taken by the Voyagers. Belvich tried to get that one over. Kept in again. Cleared out by the Voyagers. Voyagers right at center ice take this one. Minnie throws that one forward. Nobody can control this puck yet. Dump back down into the Shadow end. Luke McCarthy gives that one a ride. Now the Shadow looking to stay onside there. Good move by Ryerson to get back onside. And they lose possession of that puck. This one's whisked all the way across the ice, taken by Ryerson. Ryerson just shot that right into Van Heest, and no problem for him.
Nice interception there by Ryerson at center ice to take that in for an opportunity. But again, Van Heest standing tall.
The Polish Prince, Osentowski, takes a face-off for the Shadow. Needs a stick, finds a stick on the ice. This one's played back. Baker will dump that one in, looking for some action in front. This one's played up in the air. Minnie Mini will skate backwards, and this puck is taken by the Voyagers. Intercepted right there, Dylan Smith. We're going to go back the other way as Formica try to get his stick on that one. Both teams making player changes. Things settle down here. Giuliano lost possession of that one. Going back the other way, going to have to get back defensively, and a shot just wide of Gibbons. Looks like we got a penalty against the Voyagers down in the corner there.
There we go.
Here it is, you see it.
That was
Shadow player did a pirouette.
That was Rotundi that got dumped in that corner there, and Shadow have an opportunity.
So the penalty goes against Drake Owen here at the 14:35 mark of the third period. Opportunity here for the Michigan Shadow. Gagnon loses possession on that faceoff. Scrum along the boards.
Our favorite board there that we can't see.
Kept in there, pinched in there, but not. Rotundi tried to keep that one in, but gave it a little bit too much mustard sauce on that one. Just outside the Voyagers' blue line. We'll do it again. Flying Frenchman taking that one. Cleared back. Played in, dumped in as the settle it down, the Shadow. Over to Milam. Milam takes a shot that Van Hees got handcuffed on that one. Nobody in front, but Milam just
There's a look at it.
Lowered the boom on that one.
Nobody in front. You want to get in front of that? I'm not standing in front. His face is too pretty to stand in front.
Maruso taking the face-off here on the power play. 1:30 left. Here come the Voyagers the other way, short-handed. They cross the blue line. That's Pitcher. Pitcher wants to put on his cape here. Shadow going to settle things down here. Make a run here during the power play. Whisks this along the boards. Jay picks this one up. Jay loses control of it. Kept in by the Shadow, now played out. Rotundi. Rotundi will put on his cape. He crosses the blue line, loses control of that puck. Played out in front. Both teams battle for it. Jay needs to get back here. Quick shot on Gibbons looking for that puck. It's in his pad.
Too good of an opportunity there for the Voyagers on a short-handed. Andrew Dundas.
Face off down the Shadow end. Gags will take this for the Shadow. 35 seconds left in the power play for the Michigan Shadow here. That one's feathered in, but not cleared out. Kept in. Inside the blue line, they'll move this puck behind the net. Try to rotate it out front. Now cleared out by the Voyagers. All the way down to Gibbons. Gibbons gets this one out. 10 seconds left in the power play. That one's blocked. Giving chase. Giuliano couldn't catch up to that one, so Van Hees comes out of the net and just swallows that one up.
Not a very productive power play. They never really did get it in the zone and set up. Every time they got along those boards, the Voyagers were there just to chip it out, and nothing to show for it for the Shadow.
3 seconds left in the power play. One last opportunity there. Bakes throws that one on net. Baker's shot is deflected down. Good hustle back there by the Shadow pick up that puck as they peel back. Both teams at full strength. Osentowski can't control that puck. This one's played back. Rotundi. No problem there as Formica goes off. Big hit here along the boards. Osentowski couldn't catch up to that one. Here come the Voyagers the other way. Dumped down in behind Gibbons. Pace is slowed down here a bit. Morasso, he loses control of that puck. Dump back down into the shadow end. Chris Dundas dumps that one down. Shadow coming back the other way. Break the blue line. Good move. Tried to move inside Morasso. He loses possession of the puck. Voyagers gather that one up. Broken up right there by Jay. Kept in by Fraser. Voyagers rotate this puck. They just shoot it down the ice here. They have an icing against the Voyagers.
Yeah, Voyagers content with just clearing that puck, getting it out of the zone. They protect this 1-goal lead. They're not in a hurry to rush up the ice and do anything crazy.
Shadow scored the first 2 goals in the first period. Voyagers have scored the last 3 goals. That's where we stand, 3-2. Voyagers over the Shadow. Here's a quick shot on net by Arnott. Van Hees got his glove on that one. Kept in. Just inside the blue line. Still battling a scrum along the boards. This one out front. Pitcher gathers this one up. Pitcher along the boards. He clears this one out. Icing is waved off. Arnott will have to give this one a ride. He hits the ice there, cleared out. Tried to center that one with the Voyagers. Nobody there for them. Long pass here. No offsides, no icing there. Pitcher takes it for the Voyagers. Pitcher gets a big hip check. A hipperoo over on the far side boards. There by Gino Mini. Voyagers still buzzing, trying to add to their 3-2 lead here. That one's feathered into the air. Coming back again the other way. Scrum right at the blue line there. Now taking over. Good hit there by Drake Owen. This one's cleared out. Looks like Minnie got shaken up on that one. Vermeesh, a little shove mood here.
He's talking to the entire bench. Vermeesh always willing to get into it.
Vermeesh was just asking what kind of tattoo you want.
Nothing coming of that. A few more checks going on in the last couple of minutes there. The Shadow's starting to pick up the physicality as they need to start pressing a little bit. We got 9 minutes, plenty of time, but you're chasing a goal. You need to make something happen.
9:24 left to go here in the third period. 3-2, the champs are in the lead, the defending champs. Winner of this game, like I said, moves on to meet the Waterford Sharks in Waterford.
Gibbons doing some work on his helmet.
Little goalie ritual. This face-off will be to the left of Gibbons here at the 9:24 mark. take there, wrapped along the boards, taken by the shadow. Peeling back with that puck was Maruso. Maruso moved that forward. This one's dumped down into the Voyagers' end, giving chase for the Voyagers is Dundas. Dundas cleared that out. Back right at center ice here. This one's dumped right on Van Heest. Van Heest has no problem throwing the glove over that one. Face off just to the left of Van Heest.
See if they can win this face-off. They're going to try to probably win it back to MIHL at that point with that big, powerful shot. See what he can do with it.
Moroso, quick shot there. Tried to pull a Houdini there. Oh. There's a shot by Milam. Milam doing some of his crafty work there. Voyagers whipped this along the boards, recovered right inside the blue line of the shadow. Another opportunity here for Dundas. Dundas keeps poking at that puck. Here we go the other way. Giuliano fed that one up. Oh, quick shot on Van Heest. Van Heest made the save. Theo Rowell took the shot. We got a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 here. Need to make the, oh, there was a pass across. Nana couldn't get that one on his stick. Baker gets this puck. Baker moves it forward. 8 minutes left to go here in the third period. Giuliano, big hit right there as Arnott throws his weight around.
Things opening up a little bit here.
Milam dumps it back in the Voyagers' end. Voyagers will play it along the back. Move it forward and dump it down as Nana dumped it back into the Voyagers' end. Both teams making player changes. This one's right on Van Heest.
Ryerson again with a nice veteran move, just dump it in on the goaltender, chase after, make him covered up, and get a little line change or a rest and get this face off. Deep in their zone where they want it.
Big Luke for Micah taking the face off there. 7'10" tall. It's been icing against the Voyagers. It's kind of rare to see somebody that tall take a face off, but kind of unique too.
Yeah, he's was he about 6'6", 6'7"?
So we'll do it all over again to the left of Van Heest. 7:19, clock is not on the shadow side here. Nice play there to break that one up. Arnott, everybody had to get onside, so the Voyagers will take this puck. Trunkston. Gibbons whisks that around. He had to get back in net quickly as the Voyagers are buzzing right now. Keeping the pressure in the corner. They scrum it up down there. Chris Hawkins with more hair out of his helmet than in.
Oh.
There's a pass that just couldn't connect with Jay, and pitcher gathers that one up. Pitcher will peel back and take a stab at it. Turn the afterburners on here. Quick shot on Gibbons. Gibbons took that one off the chest and just grabbed it with his glove.
How many times have we seen Riley pitcher do that end to end? Once he gets that stick or that puck on a stick at the other end, he just goes.
We used to have a guy like that.
with long hair?
All of it. Here we go. There's an opportunity right in front. Oh, he's point blank. Gibbons got a piece of that. Coming back the other way, Ryerson. He had to get on his horse. That pass from Giuliano was just behind him. Good move there. Giuliano, crafty veteran move there. There's a shot on Van Heest and nobody in front.
Well, Giuliano wants that one back. He had Ryerson coming in and just a tad behind him on that pass. but he did stick with it and give his defenseman a shot there.
Baker took that shot right on Van Hees. Nobody in front of him, no problem for him. Gagnon going to take this face-off. 5:56 left in this game. Baker kept it in. Giuliano got a piece of that one. Out in front, had an open net to the side. Couldn't capitalize on that one. He's saying, putting his arm around the Voyager.
There it is, a replay right off the backboards, and Ryerson just wrapped it around, and Giuliano just hit the side of the net, and he had an open shot, an open net right there, and he just hit it off the side.
Giuliano still shaking his head.
That's the chance, the opportunity the Shadow have been looking for this since the first period. They haven't had too many of those.
5:42 left to go in this one. 3-2 Voyagers over the Michigan Shadow. Jay tees one up from inside the blue line. Here's an opportunity again. They lose control of it. Baker right here in front of the Voyagers bench. Voyagers will gather this one up. This one's backhanded all the way down. Still time here. 5:12 left to go here in the third period. Clear it again down into the Shadow end. Minnie's going to have to get on his horse here. He's pressured right now. Taken out. This one's broken up. Frizzell. Voyagers recover again. Over to the Bearded Wonder. He passes it quickly. Grover looking to set a position. This one's cycled back to Grover. Grover takes a hack, a whack, and a take that. Played along the far side boards, kept in. Nice move there by Andrew Taylor. Still in for the Voyagers. They'll keep it in now. Shadow will get it. Whisks this over the other side. Here's an opportunity, just couldn't control that puck. Nice move there by Gagnon to get that puck back down in the Voyagers' end. Baker will turn on that one. Leave it as a trailer. Here comes Arnott. Arnott whisks that one up. Coming back the other way. Nice pass there. Oh, he had a chance. They scored.
It's in.
No point yet.
No goal. He saved it. Somehow, some way he saved that. Roel with the tip out in front.
Here's the replay. Good puck movement.
Threw it right across, and Roel
played across. Yeah, he had his glove on it. Didn't go over the. It probably had a foot there in between his glove and the line. Looked nice, but it didn't make it.
Well, Roel was right there. He knew it because he didn't even put his arms up.
Couple opportunities by the Shadow to tie this one up. Just haven't got it done yet. 3:23 left in this one. Played out. Both teams rotating players off the bench very quick. Here we go the other way. This one's whisked behind Van Heest. Voyagers. Here's an opportunity right out in front. Oh, big save there by Van Heest. Jay had an opportunity.
The Shadow looking for a trip on that one. Got a stick caught in his skates, but no call.
That one went on Gibbons. Didn't go on Gibbons. It would have been an icing call. Giuliano. 2:40 left in this one. Quick outlet pass there. Tried to feed it across to Maruso. Here's an opportunity right there, and that one's deflected into the netting.
Luke McKinch with a sliding save, I think, before it got to the goaltender.
Face-off will stay down the Voyagers' end.
We'll watch for Gibbons, watch for instructions as he's looking toward the bench to see when they're going to call him off.
Face-off there for Z. Maruso took that one. Far side boards taken by the Voyagers. Jeremy Joyce had that one. This one, Jeremy Joyce takes another hack at that one. Gonna peel back with this one. Milam gets that one off. Ryerson was cleared on the offsides. They still have the puck. Minute 55 left. Coming back the other way. Quick shot on Gibbons. Gibbons stood up to it.
Here we
Coming
go.
back the other way. Gagnon. Oh, there's an opportunity right there. Couldn't get the full stick on that one. Just to the outside of Van Heest. Minute 30 left to go. Kept in. Played out here. It's being icing against the Voyagers. We got a scrum. Players on the bench. Oh, he's...
Somebody's in, some shadow players in the bench there. Everybody's hammering away.
Players on the Voyagers are grabbing the...
Is that Rotundi? Yeah, Rotundi was right in front of the bench, and I saw him throwing some right hands, and the Voyager players throwing right hands from the bench.
Players on the bench throwing fists and...
Still having a conversation down there.
So we'll see what the calls are here. Things got active right there on the Voyagers bench.
Well, cooler heads will prevail here, but minute 23 in a one-goal game, you know it's going to get a little physical.
Three refs will discuss things. Got a player on the Voyagers that's looking to find his teeth right now, I think. Not sure exactly what. Just saw there was a big scrum over there. So he'll go over to the box. No penalties up on the scoreboard yet.
Look like Jeremy Joyce is in the box for the Voyagers, and haven't seen the door open yet for the Shadow or anybody over there except for Captain James, who's just having a conversation. So maybe Jeremy Joyce with the only one. Well, Rotundi is down the tunnel, so he might have got a little extra and said, go hit the showers.
Ryerson and pitcher over there talking to the official, trying to...
There's a look at it right here, Frank.
Giving their
Rotundi
version of
with
everything.
a check right in front of the bench, and he threw a shoulder, and then he turned to look, and
our camera went the other way.
Well, puck was cleared down there, and then the
we'll
scrum,
just
the
have to
scrum
make some
broke
kind
out.
of animation up there.
It started with it looked like a good shoulder check by Rotundi, but he went back toward the bench when the puck was cleared, and the Voyagers bench was all right there to greet him.
So the Voyagers with a 3-2 lead here, a minute 23 left to go here in the third period. Officials trying to straighten out things here as we go down to the wire.
Shadow can only hope here that it's just offsetting, because if they're down a man, it's going to be an uphill climb right here with a minute 23 to go. There's another look at a replay here, Frank, on that 2-on-1. That great Van Hees with a great sliding save, I think.
That one went just to the outside. Couldn't get that puck redirected in the net.
This is where it all occurred right here as they tried to clear the puck.
Kept him momentarily there, then
the
came
shoulder
out here.
Looked like a good clean check right there as they iced the puck, and he circled back right away and went toward that bench. Somebody said something to him. Somebody didn't like the shoulder, didn't like his eye color.
Jeremy Joyce is out of the penalty box, so he needed some water. Some of that magic juice in the bottle. 3-2, minute 23. This is what you play for. Some exciting hockey here. Two good teams going at it. It's a long road to the championship to win the cup here.
Yeah, the veteran, more experienced Voyagers here trying to hold on to that 1-goal lead. They've been much more disciplined than the Shadow again tonight.
Well, balanced out. I think the Shadow have a lot of veterans on their team, and the Voyagers do have a lot of veterans on their team that the past championships. Seems that they play a different game than they played during the season, the Voyagers.
Yeah, maybe
as we talk about playoff hockey.
Right. Just trying some different things throughout the season, different lines, different combinations to see what they're going to do, and then come playoff time, they just tighten it up a little. And they've done that here tonight after falling behind 2-0. Joyce coming back out of the box to get an explanation from the referee, asking, hey, can I just go back to the bench?
Couple of players down there at the Shadow end as they talk to Gibby about, what time you're going to come out of the net and at what point you're going to come out of the net.
Hopefully they're not down a man, because if they get down a man, that's going to be, they're going to still, I think they might have to even things up and still have to pull them. They got no choice. Dalton J. and Joel Fraser down there, I think.
Dalton J. has got a lot of games under his belt, many leagues, and much experience.
And that guy, Fraser.
That guy, there he is.
That guy.
So the debate goes on over on the far side boards in front of the scorer's glass there.
See if we can read lips.
Send the Italian guy over there. He'll do some hand language.
He's shaking his head.
Giuliano.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. So I don't think he's going to be, I don't know if he's happy with this outcome or if they're telling Jeremy Joyce to go ahead and hit the locker room, I think. Good game. You're done.
Still nothing up on the scoreboard. This don't look like it's going to be good for the Shadow as Ryersee's still trying to clarify what exactly happened over there. Finally, we got a referee talking to the scorekeeper over there.
I think we should know here in just a minute. Hopefully it's not another one of those 2 minutes for something. I think that can only happen once in a lifetime.
Minute 23, however this game ends. Next opponent is the Waterford Sharks, as they'll be waiting and ready, rested.
With their knife.
James Ryersey going back over again. I think he asked him to raise your right hand, go under oath or something.
Right?
Yeah, there he
He's raising his hand. He wants to ask a question. Please, me. Pick me. Pick me. Come on.
He said, you're under oath, referee.
I don't know what.
How many refs does it take to make a decision?
I don't understand. I really, truly don't understand what.
Four referees walking a bar.
You called something. There was obviously some punches thrown. There was no penalty before the altercation because there was no arm up. There was just a check. So either you're offsetting things or somebody's on a power play. Which is it? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shadow on the 8 shadow on the ice, so that's good. They got 8 guys on the ice. That's awesome.
Oh, our buddy Vermeesh, the Tattoo King, he goes out into the box. So there's a 2-minute penalty on whoever 44 is. That's for the Voyagers.
Yeah, 44, the Voyagers.
I got Josh Schaefer.
Oh, we got one ref over here. He's ready to drop the puck. The teams are lining up, and we've got Captain James and referee Shields and the other 2 over there having a conversation in the front of the penalty boxes still.
So here we go, empty net on the power play. 2 extra players on the ice for the Shadow. 6-on-4 here.
So that's the best outcome the Shadow could hope for right there.
Exactly. James Ryerson looking to milk some more out of this.
Well, maybe he's asking, can we get that 7th or 8th guy out there? He got the penalty he wanted. Now they got 6 out there, and they had 8, so maybe he's trying to get it an extra skater or 2. Can't blame him. This is the season right here. It's on the line. Try anything.
This is good hockey here in the MIHL. I've seen some good games in the MIHL through the last 2 or 3 years. And this is another one right here.
My guess is because the Voyagers getting an extra. I mean, there was punches definitely being thrown by the bench onto Rotundi. So I'm guessing that maybe has something to do with it because the guys on the bench should have nothing to do with what's going on that ice. And then they were definitely punches thrown. So
then we got whistles. Jake Nana took that penalty. Here we go off the faceoff. Opportunity right out in front for one's broken up and cleared out. Taking over on the far side boards, Jay. Opportunity out in front. There's a shot on net. This one's cleared out again. Van Heest on his seat right there. Arnott moves this puck forward. 45 seconds left. Fraser will dump and chase. This one along the boards, punched back in. This one's shot into the...
That might be another 2.
That one's against the
Voyagers cleared it.
The Voyagers just shot that one off. So he's going to get a penalty there, it looks like.
Absolutely. Here's a look at it, Frank. Cleared up the boards and
delay a game.
Right here in the backhand.
We're going to discuss this. This is not official yet.
Oh, no. They're not too. Voyagers definitely, the bench is screaming the referee for this.
So that's a delay of game and big opportunity here.
That box is full.
I see 3 guys in the Voyagers box right here.
How long do you think this conversation is going to take now? They have all 4 of them there now. How long is? I think the Shadow might have called a timeout though.
Another rock, paper, scissors thing going on.
Well, 34 seconds. You get an extra. You get a 6-on-3 right here. Going to be down 2 guys.
Face off down in the Voyagers' end. Time to talk a little bit of strategy here.
Your season on the line right here with the
Gags will be out there. Milam will be out there. Mini for Z. Jay Giuliano, you got about 150 years experience right there.
They just got to win this face-off. Beat 34 seconds. They got enough time if they win this face-off to set it up and get a great opportunity.
Milam directing traffic. Gagnon going to take this face-off. This one's played back to Milam. They work along the near side boards. This one's all the way over. Right across. Nobody there. Milam will keep it in. Feather that one over. Here's an opportunity right here. He's gone!
There it is!
Right in! We got a tie game!
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
19.4 seconds!
What a shot! Dalton J.
He went upstairs.
Gags trying to get the crowd into it. What a shot by Dalton J.
He just went upstairs. Puck came across.
And just like that, 19 seconds to go, we're all even. And the Shadows still have a 5-on-4.
19.4 seconds.
Let's do it again.
Still on the power play. Shadow, keep this one in. This one's cleared out as
that might do it.
Milam will give chase to it. Gibby looking to take the puck down the ice. There you have it. Here we go. Again, OT. OT here at Big Boy Arena. What an exciting game. Two good teams going at it.
Hey, if you're going to finish, you might as well go to overtime with the game 3.
Stay tuned, fans. People watching on the internet. All the OTT channels. We got a dandy going on here. We'll take a break here on Go Live Sportscast. Come back for the overtime.
Hey guys, I want to thank B&R Sports here in the Detroit area for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. Thank you guys for hooking us up top to bottom. We'll see you guys at our home opener. Huge shout out to Bauer Hockey, taking care of our guys. Helmet, visors, gloves, pants, sticks, you name it, they got it. Check them out, BauerHockey.com. Thank you, Big Boy Arena, for letting us call this amazing facility home. Rock on, Fraser. I want to thank Global Synthetic for taking care of our Michigan Shadow this year, from the synthetic towels you've sent us for the guys to be training on to all the other things you do in the community. Thank you from the Michigan Shadow. Huge shout out to Howie's Hockey Tape. One of these days I'll be good enough to get paid to play and they'll supply the tape. Until then, check out howieshockeytape.com for all your saucing needs. Thank you, Jog Athletics, for taking care of our Michigan Shadow. These threads are unbelievable. We'll see you guys this season on the ice. Huge shout out to Lakeland Photography for taking their time out of their day to take care of our program, all the local community stuff we've been doing, dealing with me full time, which I know is a full-time job by itself. Lakeland, huge shout out. Can't wait to see you guys shooting all of our games this year. Huge shout out to Rink Rat Body Wash for taking care of our Michigan Shadow in the locker room after the games. Smells unbelievable. It gets our guys clean. Check them out at Rink Rat.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep or a flood? or hurricane. You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Thank you, Champions Health Club, for joining us in this adventure as we start our inaugural season for the Michigan Shadow. We'll see you at your gym here soon. One of my absolute favorite top cheese, stick wax, looks like cheese. This is my go-to scent. It's the original fresh linen, unbelievable. I actually put it in my stall as well, so I walk up and hang out. Oh, our fancy lights are turning off. When I walk in, I know my stall is gonna be smelling unbelievable. I'm sitting on the bench or enjoying some penalty time in the box. This is what you want on your scent. Huge shout out to the Royal Oak Leprechauns. Thank you for having my captains and I out to throw the first pitch. Incredible experience for local Detroit areas. There goes our light fixture. Gotta pay the bills, looks like. Check out Royal Oak Leprechauns, local, amazing baseball, bunch of D1 athletes heading off to play pro ball. Just thank you, Royal Oak, for taking care of us that night. Thank you, Noble Mark Financial, for sponsoring our Michigan Shadow this year. We're excited to see you at our home opener November 1st. Thank you, Pool Guys, for sponsoring us this season over at the Michigan Shadow. For those out there watching, check them out. They'll take care of everything. Install, maintenance, making your backyard beautiful. Pool Guys, we'll see you soon. Smoky Joe's, everybody's favorite party store to get the party started. Check them out, 16841 14 Mile and Garfield. We will see you there. Big banners hanging on the side of the building. Can't miss it, right across from the Fraser Fair. Huge shout out to Pegasus Awakening for hooking us up with their smelling salts. Oh. Did you guys know? Wow. We're crying now. We opened this container over 8 months ago. It's seen over 100 hockey games across multiple locker rooms. Unbelievable stuff. Check them out. Pegasus Awakening. My eyes, you can't tell right now, my eyes are watering.
Back here at Big Boy Arena, about ready to start overtime for the second night in a row here as the Muskegon Voyagers and the Michigan Shadow will go into OT. Big late goal there with less than a minute left as Dalton J scored that goal to bring it into overtime. A 3-3 as we get set for overtime here at Big Boy Arena.
Yeah, it all comes down to this, Frank. Again, like yesterday, the Shadow had to win that game yesterday, and they came through in a big way in overtime. Now this is it. Both teams are in the same position now. Winner moves on, the loser goes home.
Well, here we go again. If you take blood pressures for your blood pressure pills, that is, fans are loving it as the Gibby comes out first. He heads to his net.
You're saying I should have doubled up on my BP meds today? Is that what you're telling me?
We'll follow this play on your screen right here. Hopefully this is...
I think that was the very end of the third period right there. Gibby tried to sneak one down there.
There it is. Gibby was going to go skate. But it was pretty exciting there within the last minute. In fact, saw the Shadow mascot doing some backflips all the way up in the crowd. I've never seen anything like that. And there he is right now bringing the players out. Who is 17? That's the mascot. That was for Micah's number.
See, I think the mascot offered him a little.
I think there's two for Micah's out there.
I think the mascot asked for it and said, "Hey, I'll pay you a little extra for that jersey."
So here we go, still on the power play for 1:26 is the Michigan Shadow.
Well, they got 6 out there now, plus a goaltender. So I'm guessing the ref's probably going to say, nope, you got to pull somebody off. Unless you're going to pull your goaltender. Not a wise idea to do that in sudden death.
Jay tried to get a stick on that one. This one's played back. Pitcher for the Voyagers. Pitcher will just whisk that one all the way down the ice, trying to eat some time on the clock here. Shadow will set things up here. Bring this puck out. Into the Voyagers' end. No problem there for Richardson. Kept in, rotated around. There's a shot on net just to the outside. Fraser couldn't keep that one in. This one's played back. 48 seconds left in the power play to the Michigan Shadow. This one's all the way over. Fraser again. Played back. Maruso couldn't keep this one in.
And they got Maruso back on the point right there. Playmaker trying to help out on this power play.
25 seconds left in the power play. Quickly out the Dalton J. He feathers that one up. Loose rebound out in front. Cleared by the Voyagers. Gibbons gets that one forward quickly. 10 seconds left in the power play. Time running out here as the Voyagers will kill this one off. Gino Mini just inside the blue line. Mini looking to duck inside. Oh, here's an opportunity right there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good defensive play there by Milam. Captain Milam making an excellent defensive play there.
Great play. That was a 3-on-1 ready to happen for the Voyagers if Milam doesn't get to that puck.
Icing against the Voyagers here at the 18-12 mark of overtime.
Well, things will tighten up again, I bet, now that they're even strength.
Face off to the right of Van Heest. No place for a nervous person here as we're in overtime. Kept in at the point. This one just to the outside of Van Heest. Voyagers will whisk this across. Taken again. Minnie feathers that one down into the Voyagers' end. Picked up right there by McCumber. Oh, opportunity there, taken there. Here's a chance right here, right in front of the net. A one-timer. He scores!
Yes, sir!
Oh!
The Sully again!
Gags ends it. Gagnon one-timed it right in front of the net.
The hero from last night does it again.
So the Sharks will be playing the Shadow here, actually next week, and in Waterford. The Voyagers, the defending champs, get knocked out. So we see both teams having good sportsmanship there.
The big goal, and now the handshake. Like you said, this is what hockey's all about right here. After you're done, you go to battle and you shake hands at the end.
2 nights in a row they win it in overtime. After losing that opening game in the series, down 1-0, they come home, they have to win 2 games. They do it in overtime. Some great hockey right here in the MIHL. The Shadow and the Voyagers.
Gagnon getting congratulations from the other team and his.
So the champs get knocked off here in the first round. The Shadow move on to meet the Waterford Sharks, my 2 favorite children. And so far the Sharks have had the Shadow's number. You got to give it to Gibbons. Gibbons is getting hot here again. You see him right in the middle of your screen, shaking hands.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Frank. Gibbons gets a lot of credit. Played an outstanding game again today.
I'm sure he wasn't too satisfied with that first game on the road, but they doubled him out on shots there. He was like a moving target.
Must have been all those rituals down there during the timeout.
So there you have it, right at the 17:40 mark of overtime. They strike and take the victory. Give it to the Muskegon Voyagers, 4-time champions. They put up a huge battle here to defend their crown, but there'll be a new chief in the MIHL this year.
Great game by both teams. And how about that? The home team, the Shadow, in their inaugural season, getting that first playoff series win.
So next weekend, the Michigan Shadow go to Waterford to take on the Waterford Sharks. Should be a great series there. 2 games next weekend right there in Waterford. James Ryerson right there. You see him in front of your screen. Players still out there. Osentowski takes the helmet off.
Fans and right behind the bench there into it. Family and friends of the Shadow as Gags makes his way down the tunnel with the game winner.
Next weekend, the games are Game 1 at 6 p.m. on Saturday, Game 2 at 1:30 p.m., both at Waterford. We've seen some great hockey this whole season between some of these top competitive teams here. Scoreboard hasn't changed, but we have a winner anyways.
I think Vermees got Pilet's jersey with him as he heads off, and Ryerson taking a picture with Pilet's jersey in hand. Not going to forget their teammate as he's recovering.
Paulette said to play the game for him as he recovers from his injury. And they played with their soul here today to take the victory. Well, that will wrap it up here from Big Boy Arena. I'm Frank Mazzella, along with, you can close this one out,
Gary Prizwara, or is it Gary Priz? Is what you're going to call me, Priz?
No, Priz is a short name, like nickname, Prizzy. Gary Prizwara and the Go Live Sportscast team here saying so long with the final score, the Michigan Shadow 4 and the Muskegon Voyagers 3. Good night.